I do have some questions about where the moon came from and when. Obviously I study the ancients if you're familiar with my channel, and there is a tribe in Africa called the Dogon people that have legends that have been passed down for thousands of years claiming that there was a time before the moon. That may or may not be true, but many people, us, crazy, insane conspiracy theorists who should be medicated, wonder if the moon was brought here a long time ago and geoengineered to be just the right size and just the right density to facilitate an abundance of life here on Earth. There are countless trillions of stars and planets, and with all the chaos in the universe, it's totally possible that amazing coincidences happen by just sheer odds, of course, and perhaps we just got lucky. But I think that it is just as likely as one or the other, regardless of how crazy it may sound. So when people say that the moon was brought here and geoengineered and claim that the moon was hollowed out to achieve just the right density, might sound crazy, but keep in mind, the moon's unusual density is still a mystery. For example, NASA deliberately crashed launch vehicles into the moon during Apollo missions, and then the seismographs that were set up there during the missions registered some very unusual and surprising results. In one case, the seismographs bounced back and forth for 60 minutes, and another time for 3.5 hours. And because of that, some have suggested that the moon may have some type of cavity or hollow interior of some kind, as following the seismic results, the scientists described it as having an unusually long seismic reverberation as if ringing like a bell. Let me just say real quick, scientists do not think that the moon is hollow at all, okay? You can read up all about it. It's just, the thing that's interesting about the moon is that they claim to know what the interior of the moon looks like. Like, take this image, this is from NASA. But they've only drilled 9.5 feet or 3 meters into the moon. In fact, you can see a picture of it happening right here. So let's be real, nobody knows what the interior of the moon looks like or consists of exactly. And hence, you know what, this is another reason to go back, because they should drill another hole much deeper and send a camera down there so we can all take a peek at what it looks like. But that aside, let me point some other interesting things out about the moon that most people don't appreciate is just how much it influences life on Earth as we know it. Our oceans, weather, the 4 seasons, and the hours and minutes of our days. Without the moon, the tides would fall, nights would be darker, seasons would change, and the length of our days would alter down to possibly 6 to 12 hours in a day. And because of that, there would be more than 1,000 days in 1 year. That's because the Earth's rotation slows down over time thanks to the gravitational force or pull of the moon. And without it, ocean tides would be greatly reduced, which would be terrible because they are responsible for the majority of ocean life as we know it. Most ocean life lives within tidal zones. And not to mention all the various animal life on Earth and in the ocean, and even including insects and everything else that depend on moonlight in order to survive. Here's something else that's thought-provoking, which involves the precise size of the moon in comparison with the sun and how it mirrors our use of time on Earth. Consider this. The sun is approximately 864,000 miles in diameter, and a full day on Earth has 86,400 seconds. Ignore the zeros for a moment and just look at that 864 number being the same. Then consider the radius of the sun, which of course is half the diameter, so 432,000 miles. And compare that to half a day on Earth, which is 43,200 seconds. Again, ignore the zeros, and the 432 number is the same. Well, the number 432 is interesting because it's been seen in abundance among ancient civilizations. And it's not understood why. And Randall Carlson, who I highly recommend you look into, gives a fascinating argument that suggests that whoever built the Great Pyramid of Giza may have had advanced knowledge on the size of the Earth, which is inexplicable. Definitely check out his work, but consider this. The number 108 is another number that's seen in ancient times, which also is unexplained. And when you divide the distance of the sun and the moon by their distances from the Earth, they both equate to 108. Now, that could just be a number. We don't have to get caught up on that. But the precise size and distances of the moon and the sun compared to what we see here on Earth, provide us with our spectacular solar eclipses, which are just the right size. Either all of this is a coincidence, which it certainly could be, or it could be indicative of intelligence. Again, maybe all of this means nothing, or perhaps it means everything. What I do know is that the physics of all of it worked out in such a way that provided an abundance of life to flourish here on Earth. Something that we should all be very grateful for, as most people are not aware of just how much the moon has done for us. Guys, anything's possible. And something about the moon, there's just too many things that add up that to me, maybe it's just a gut feeling, which, hey, you can throw that out, throw it in the trash. It doesn't mean anything to a lot of people, but I just kind of get this feeling that there's more to the story. Bruh.